Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Ashley.
Hello, Aditya. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
So, Aditya, maybe you could welcome everyone for joining us today.
Okay. Good morning, good people. Good morning, everyone. Selamat datang di IF Talks kali ini, hari Sabtu, tanggal 12 Februari 2022 ya. Jadi ini adalah IF Talks yang kesekian di tahun 2022 ini. Thank you so much everyone for joining the IF Talks pada pagi hari ini. Thank you for the commitment. Saya yakin hari ini juga karena hari Sabtu, mungkin ada yang agak malas-malas, tapi karena IF Talks hari ini semuanya hadir sudah on time. Jam 10 kita mulai pada hari ini. Tadi di awal juga sudah saya lihat ada beberapa yang sudah nyalakan kamera. Jadi thank you again, welcome to our IF Talks bersama kami dari IF English First. Sebelumnya saya akan sampaikan beberapa rules dari IF Talks kali ini. Seperti biasa bahwa selama sesi IF Talks, mikrofon akan kita mute. Jadi akan kita nyalakan ketika ada interaksi khusus di sesi-sesi tertentu nanti. Juga supaya IF Talks pada pagi hari ini bisa lebih interaktif, saya mohon untuk yang hadir menyalakan kamera ya. Tadi saya lihat ada Davin Austin sudah dari awal, thank you. Ventio juga sudah menyalakan kameranya, thank you. Oke, silakan saya tunggu untuk yang hadir menyalakan kamera supaya kita bisa lebih asik lagi ya nanti diskusi kita. Oke, biasanya kalau IF Talks kan selalu dipandu oleh dua milenial dari IF, ada Vicky, ada Farid. Kali ini ada saya yang mungkin masih asing buat beberapa yang sudah hadir selama ini. Saya dari pre-milenial sebetulnya ya. Perkenalkan, saya Robi Aditya akan memandu 1 jam ke depan IF Talks bersama IF. Baik, sebelumnya saya juga akan sampaikan bahwa selama sesi berlangsung, kalau yang ingin menanyakan langsung pada si pemateri hari ini, bahwa Anda bisa tuliskan pertanyaan di kolom chat box, nanti akan kita pilih untuk dibacakan pada sesi-sesi tertentu. Baik, itu aturannya. Sambil saya menunggu info kamera teman-teman untuk dinyalakan, silahkan. Saya yakin sudah fresh semuanya. Oke. Seperti biasa bahwa di IF Talks hari ini kita juga ada penawaran yang sangat spesial, selalu hadir dengan banyak penawaran menarik. Nanti kalau yang ingin mengetahui kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya, baik grammar-nya maupun speaking-nya, Anda bisa tuliskan nama, spasi, kemudian usia, kirimkan ke 0822 2000. Sekali lagi, yang ingin memastikan nanti mungkin saudaranya atau yang hadir hari ini semuanya yang belum bergabung bersama kami, mungkin teman-temannya juga bisa diajak untuk mengetahui kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya, baik grammar-nya, speaking-nya, silakan langsung tulis nama, spasi, usia, kemudian kirim ke 0822 2000. Nanti tim course counsel dari IF English First akan menghubungi Anda untuk dijadwalkan tes mengukur kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya. Baik, itu yang ingin saya sampaikan. Selanjutnya, materi hari ini sangat spesial ya. Kita akan fokus membahas tentang grammar ya. Judul pada hari ini juga menarik sekali. Mungkin selama ini banyak yang sudah belajar bahasa grammar ya. Ada mulai dari SD, SMP, SMA, juga kuliah pun belajar grammar. Tapi bahwa hari ini kita akan membahas lagi lebih detail tentang grammar bersama narasumber kita yang sangat spesial ya. Oke, bersama kita sudah ada Mr. Ashley. Halo, good morning Ashley.
Hey, good morning, Aditya.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I am great this morning, and thank you so much to our so far 80 people watching. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. And yeah, I hope we can learn and have fun together.
Baik, untuk teman-teman perlu diketahui bahwa Mr. Ashley adalah beliau sudah bersama kami lebih dari 8 tahun. Beliau sudah pengalaman mengajar bahasa Inggris di sekolah dan di IF Center di Indonesia ya. Dan beliau adalah Cambridge Celta Certified, yang pastinya beliau akan berbagi ilmu terkait dengan grammar itu sendiri. Baik. Sepertinya kita harus langsung masuk ke sesi yang sudah ditunggu-tunggu. Baik, hari ini berambut tak selalu mempesona, tak berambut itulah Robi Aditya. Mari kita sambut pembicara kita yang mempesona hari ini. Mr. Ashley, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine. All right. Thank you so much, Aditya.
You're
so
welcome.
Let me get our material on the screen now. So everyone, can you see that on the screen? If you can, give me a yes in the chat box. I think so, yeah, Mr. Aditya. I say Mr. Aditya.
Yes,
he doesn't like to be called Mr. Aditya. Yeah. Aditya.
Call me Aditya.
All right, guys. So today's focus. So we're looking at basic grammar. We've had a lot of feedback from you guys saying you want us to focus more on some past simple because it can be a bit difficult using past simple correctly. What do you think, Aditya? When you were learning English, was past simple a little bit tricky?
Yeah, basically, when I started to learn English, grammar is something confusing a lot because I was given like the theory, the formula, but then I didn't have the time to produce the language itself. So it was like a bit tricky for me. Yeah. That's why I'm also very excited to join this talk show. I mean, EF Talk this morning.
Yeah, great. So I hope by the end of today's session, everyone will be feeling more confident and feel like they can use the past tense in their normal life. So our agenda, what are we going to do today? So first, what do we mean by the past? Then we're going to look at positive sentences. So there are regular and irregular verbs. Then we'll look at negatives. So how to make negative sentences and questions correctly. And finally, a quiz we can do online to see if you can remember what we've learned today.
Oke, jadi agenda pada EF Talks pada hari ini adalah fokus untuk membahas tentang past simple ya. Jadi kita akan tahu ya apa yang dimaksud dengan past ya. Jadi nanti Mr. Ashley akan sampaikan lebih detail yang dikategorikan past yang seperti apa. Kita juga akan bahas tentang positive sentence dengan regular verbs, positive sentences dengan irregular verbs. Karena ternyata kalau kita bicara masalah past simple, kita ada dua jenis verbs ya, ada yang regular, ada yang irregulars ya. Kemudian juga kita akan lihat contoh kalau dalam kalimat negatif dan question seperti apa. Yang menarik lagi nanti Mr. Ashley akan bagikan quiz di akhir sesi nanti. So let's listen to Mr. Ashley.
So let's start. So first, what do we mean by the past? Okay. Now, we typically think of time in three different ways. We have the past, the present, and the future. So the past could be earlier today, could be yesterday, could be last week, could be last month. Can you think of any others, Aditya? Any other times in the past?
An hour ago.
An hour ago, yeah, that will be in the past.
How about 1 minute ago?
1 minute ago. Well, what do you think, guys? 1 minute ago, is that in the past? I think so, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so 1 minute ago, that's in the past.
Oke, jadi yang dikategorikan untuk timing. Jadi kalau kita bicara grammar itu kita pasti fokusnya sebenarnya untuk apa yang sudah lewat, apa yang saat ini, dan apa yang akan datang. Jadi poinnya 3 poin itu. Nah, hari ini kita akan fokus yang untuk past. Jadi ternyata tadi kata Mr. Ashley, bahkan semenit yang lalu pun itu sudah masuk kategori untuk past simple atau simple past.
That's right. So and then we have others like the present, which is right now. We are in the present right now.
Yeah.
And we have the future. So later today, this afternoon, tomorrow, next week, etc. But today, we're focusing on the past. Now, Aditya.
Yes.
When we talk about the past in Bahasa, I think we just say kemarin, yeah? We don't change the grammar. Is that correct?
Kemarin atau sebenarnya kalau pas itu kemarin atau yang sudah berlalu.
Yeah, sudah berlalu, yeah, sudah lalu.
Sudah berlalu.
But we don't change, like if I said, oh, kemarin saya makan pizza, we still use the same, yeah? We use the present tense,
Sama.
saya makan pizza, yeah? But in English, we have to change the grammar, Aditya.
Oke, jadi kalau bahasa Indonesia kita mungkin ya fokusnya adalah tidak ada perubahan ya dalam kalimat meskipun itu sudah terjadi kemarin atau sebelum ini. Tapi dalam bahasa Inggris ternyata kita harus ada perubahan formulanya. Oke.
So let's look here. So guys, I need your help now. What did they do yesterday? So in the chat box, can you try to guess for number 1, 2, and 3? Type your answer in the chat box. So what do you think she did, guys? Type your answer in the chat now.
Oke, teman-teman bisa coba dibantu Mr. Asli untuk jawab di chat box ya. Nomor 1 itu apa dia? What did they do yesterday?
Yeah, so number 1,
Jawabannya apa?
What do you think
Blah,
the sentence
blah,
is,
blah.
everyone?
Okay, let me try to guess as well.
One from Geeta. Okay, Geeta. And Hendra and Jessica, very nice, getting lots in. Yes, she brushed her teeth. Nice one, guys. Okay. How about number 2? What do you think for number 2? Getting lots of answers in now. Excellent. Okay, a lot of yes, he walked. Let's take a look. Yes, he walked in the park. He took a walk yesterday. Also correct, yeah. And finally, number 3. What do you think for number 3, guys?
Oke, jawabannya macam-macam ya. Ada yang tapi sudah mencoba di verb to semuanya ya. Oke.
Yeah,
actually, you got different answers, yeah, for number 3 especially. Yeah, they came with different answers, like
the different answers are okay. Yeah, she took a book, it's fine. She read a book. For my example, I said she studied at the library, but that's okay. There are different answers. That's fine, Aditya.
Cool. Oke, jadi ternyata tadi sampai di sini poinnya kita bisa bukan berasumsi ya, kita yakin teman-teman udah paham ya. Ternyata kita memang menggunakan verb to ya, meskipun tadi ada beberapa yang masih belum tepat untuk verb to-nya, tapi yang jelas ini adalah start yang bagus sekali ya untuk kita membahas lebih detail tentang past simple ini. Oke, Mr. Ashley.
Alright, so good job everyone for guessing those. Now, these sentences we were using regular verbs. Now, regular verbs, what are they? So regular verbs, get my okay, over there. So with regular verbs, we add ed when we're talking about the past. So we had, she brushed her teeth. He walked in the park. She studied at the library. So these verbs, we add ed when we're using verb to, talking about the past.
Oke, jadi yang pertama yang perlu kita ingat bahwa untuk past tense atau simple past ini, ketika kita pakai regular verbs, kita pakai ed ya di akhir kata kerja itu sendiri ya. Contohnya tadi udah ada di sini. He walked in the park, she studied at the library, she brushed her teeth. Semua ada tambahan ed-nya di akhir kata kerja yang pertama tadi. Oke.
Yeah, so these are using ed. So regular verbs, for example, brush, verb 1. Regular verb, so brushed for verb 2. Say walk, walked. Or study, we actually change the Y as well. So if there's a Y, we add our IED, study, studied.
Oh, betul-betul. Ada dua hal ternyata ya. Jadi penambahan id itu sendiri juga ada dua ketika yang contoh di akhir ini ada study, di mana the last letter itu Y, Y-nya diganti dulu menjadi I, baru ditambahkan ed. Ya, kalau yang brush tidak berakhiran dengan Y, langsung brush plus ed, brushed. Walk, walked. Tapi study karena huruf terakhir itu adalah Y, change, ganti Y menjadi I, baru tambahkan ed. Okay, this is one point that you need to remember.
That's right, and Mr. Aditya, this word here, walk, what is the verb to for walk, Aditya? Can you try saying it?
This is my problem, yeah. It's sometimes very hard to speak it up, but let me try. Walk, walked.
Walked, perfect. Yes, Aditya. So it looks like walked, but we don't say walked. This one, walked, like a T, walked. Walked, talked, worked. So yeah, to sound natural and like a native speaker, some words we have a T sound, walked. I think we look at this in a pronunciation video actually on YouTube.
Yeah, so sometimes it's actually my question. I mean, when it comes to speaking, we wanted to show them that we are using the verb to, yeah. So, but sometimes we couldn't hear like people were using verb to.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, is that okay? But in written, I think it has to be what it's on the sample, right?
Yeah, written is easier to see in the past.
Okay.
But one good tip, sometimes if you want to check the pronunciation, you can type into Google, like walked pronunciation.
Oh, I see.
And there's actually a nice little, like a AI, and it will tell you the pronunciation in American and British English, I think, Miss Aditya.
Oke, ya. Jadi teman-teman, dari hari ini kita meskipun belajar grammar, ya kita juga ada tips tadi bahwa memang ketika kita dalam praktis ngomongnya, kita kadang tidak perlu menunjukkan brush, walk, tapi ternyata ada cara harus dilatih. Tadi Mister Sering ngasih tips, coba di Google atau mungkin di dictionary itu juga ada caranya ya, bisa supaya kita bisa enak sekali ngomongnya sesuai dengan pattern yang kita pakai. Oke.
All right, great. So those are regular verbs. So verb one plus ed. That's how we make a positive with regular verbs. Now let's look at some different verbs. Okay, over to you, everyone. Can you help me? We have 3 sentences. So number 1, what did she do yesterday? What do you think she did? Type your answer in the chat box, please.
Oke, teman-temannya ada 3 contoh gambar dan juga di bawahnya minta tolong untuk jawabannya ditulis di chat box ya. Nomor 1 she, nomor 2 he, nomor 3 she. Dilengkapi kalimatnya. Kira-kira seperti apa kalimat ini dalam past tense? Silakan dicoba di chat box, tulis di sana.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot of correct answers here. Yes, she bought some bread. That's right, bought some bread. Okay. How about number 2? What did he do yesterday?
Okay, now move on number 2.
Oh, okay.
He broke the glass.
Yeah, got a lot of the correct answer here. Yes, he broke a window. Yes, or the window. Or glass. There's glass in the window. That's okay. And what about number 3? What did she do yesterday?
Okay, nomor 3 teman-teman apa ya nih ya? Oh, she drank a cup of coffee. Okay, she drank a cup of tea. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems everyone has very good job, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so he drank coffee. She drank coffee or drank some tea, cup of tea. Of course, I'm from England. We like cups of tea. But great. Okay, well done, everyone. So here we can see, is there an ed, Aditya, on the verb? Is there ed?
Sorry?
That's okay. Do these verbs, bought, broke, drank, do they end with ed like our regular verbs?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, so they don't follow the rule, ya. Mereka nggak ikutin rule-nya ya. They have different form.
They have a different form, that's right. Okay. So these ones we call irregular. So our irregular verbs, we don't use ed. We have to change the word. They are not regular. Irregular means not regular.
Oke, tadi kalau di awal kan contohnya gampang sekali ya. Ketika masuk ke past tense-nya kita tambah ed di verb yang reguler ya. Ada satu poin yang harus diingat tadi pas regular, y diganti I plus ed. Tapi yang contoh ini adalah namanya irregular verbs, teman-teman. Jadi beda sekali ya. Formnya totally change from the first verb to the second one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess irregular is that tidak biasa.
Tidak biasa, tidak reguler. Reguler is biasa,
tidak
so
regular.
Tidak biasa.
Oh,
tidak
okay.
biasa.
So yeah, our examples here: she bought some bread, he broke a window, she drank some coffee. So here we're not using ed. We have to remember the different types of verb. So buy, bought, break, broke, drink, drank. Now, in the chat box, are there any other irregular verbs you can think of, guys?
Oke, ini hanya 3 contoh irregular verbs ya, buy, bought, break, broke, drink, drank. Coba di chat box tuliskan beberapa irregular verb yang teman-teman tahu. Go, when, oke.
Go, went, good. Gave, yes, give, gave, good.
Put. Okay. Oh, wow.
Make, made, eat, ate. Cut, catch, caught, ring, rang, seesaw, yes. Oh, okay. I think you guys are already very confident with your irregular verbs, yeah? Excellent. So I'll drink, drank, read, read. Yeah, there are lots and lots of irregular verbs, and I'm sure you remember them or you learn them at school, yeah? Maybe learning see, saw, seen, eat, ate, eaten. Yeah.
Mr. Ashley, question before. I think seems everyone has put their good answers for the first and irregular verb, second verb as well, yeah. But then for the beginner learners, for someone who is still new to learn about past simple, what is the tips to know that this is regular and this is irregular? Do you have any certain tips for this?
That's a good point. So I think for beginners, this is your first time with past simple, start with words that you can use in your normal life. So, for example, seesaw, okay? Every day I see my mum. Yesterday I saw my friend at the mall. Now, there's the rules. You just need to remember. It's memorizing, really. It's not a strict rule like this equals this. You just have to know if the verb is regular or irregular. But most of the time, like when I learned, we didn't learn which one was regular or irregular. We just start using it, and then we memorize that way, Adi.
That's a good point. Thank you. Jadi teman-teman yang mungkin baru juga mulai belajar grammar ya, mungkin aduh gimana nih caranya ingat ini regular irregular, ternyata memang yang paling penting adalah bagaimana kita menggunakan kata-kata itu, kata-kata dalam praktek yang relate dengan kehidupan kita, yang terdekat yang kita bisa lakukan. Jadi kalau mau ingat-ingat, menghafalkan bisa saja, cuman itu juga akan hilang. Tapi kalau mau dipakai, ya tadi contohnya Mr. Ashley, I see my mom every day, I saw my mom yesterday. Jadi itu sesuatu yang relate dengan apa yang terjadi. Tidak perlu kita mengingatkan semuanya, digunakan. Jadi ketika kita dulu belajar, saya ya dalam pre-millennial, belajar grammar itu kan banyak dengan teori. Formulnya begini, tapi tidak dipakai dalam konteks yang real, yang sesungguhnya. Jadi ya lupa saja. Oke. Jadi tips untuk para pemula, silahkan dipastikan mencoba membuat kalimat yang relate dengan kehidupan yang terdekat dengan Anda. Oke. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great point, Aditya. Same with me with Bahasa, yeah? I do not have amazing Bahasa, but the Bahasa I do know is from the words I use every day. So if I go to a restaurant, aku minta ini, aku mau ini, tanpa ini. You know, these are the words I learned because we use them. Same with English. And then later, when you become stronger, you can start experimenting, learning more verbs, expanding your vocabulary.
Tepat sekali, persis sekali yang dialami Mr. Ashley ya, ketika dia ingin belajar bahasa juga begitu, tidak harus menghafalkan kata-kata itu, tapi menggunakan pada apa yang Mr. Ashley biasanya lakukan kalau ke restoran, boleh bertanya ini dan itu terulang-ulang ya. Pada akhirnya dia akan tahu when it comes to restoran dan pertanyaannya begini, menggunakannya begini. Karena kalau bahasa Indonesia nggak ada past tense ya, jadi lebih simpel juga menurut saya ya, tapi tidak menurut Ashley. Okay, yeah, Ashley. Thank you.
All right.
Please.
Thank you. So guys, now we've looked at regular and irregular. Let's try using them in context. Okay. So here, we have a picture of someone at the mall, and we've got a mixture of regular and irregular verbs. So can we try putting the missing past tense verbs? So last weekend, I went to the mall. Type your answer in the chat box, okay?
Oke, jadi ini ada satu praktis yang menarik sekali ya. Ini udah langsung mix ya, gabungan antara yang regular dan irregular verbs. Jadi ini challenge saya. Jadi silakan dibaca dan ditulis jawabannya di chat box ya. Nomor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 saja, silakan. Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are getting it. Yes. So last weekend I went to the mall.
Okay.
So, go is irregular. So go, went. Yeah.
Okay. Number 1.
At the mall.
Good job ya.
At the
At the
mall,
mall.
we're getting a lot of them through now. Yes, I bought. That's right.
Okay, I bought.
So buy, bought. These are irregular.
Mhm.
I bought some new shoes. And then what about play, guys? Play becomes.
Oke, yang nomor 3 jawabannya adalah.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
they're
we
getting
go
it.
one answer.
Play,
Played.
that's right.
Okay.
So this one regular with ed. I played some video games and a movie.
Nomor 4, teman-teman. Oke, watch semuanya pakai id. Okay.
That's right. Everyone getting watched. Good job. I watched a movie. After the cinema, Wow, so many messages coming through, yeah, teacher. Thank you so much, guys. I'm glad you are doing it. After cinema, I met my friend. Good. This one again, irregular. Met.
Okay.
And we to the supermarket together. Yes, good job. We walked. Again, that walked. Not walked. Not walked, but walked.
Oke.
Right,
Ya,
everyone.
jadi ternyata oke.
Yes,
Keren ya, ternyata semuanya sudah bisa membedakan ini pakai verb to yang regular atau yang irregular ya. Tapi tentunya tadi ada beberapa yang masih tidak tepat jawabannya. Jadi kita hari ini belajar bersama-sama bagaimana pakai spellingnya juga harus betul ya, spelling yang regular verb maupun yang irregular verbs. Oke, keren. Oke, go ahead Ashley.
Mantap.
Mantap.
All right, so we've looked at positives. So I think we're feeling confident using positive sentences. So now let's look at negatives. So what didn't they do yesterday? So number 1, she football. Okay, everyone. What do you think the missing words are?
Oke, kalau di contoh sebelumnya kan itu kan kalimat positif ya. Yang ini contoh ini adalah kalimat negatif untuk past simple ya. What didn't they do yesterday? Oke, bisa dijawab nomor 1 ya. Si bla 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 football. Oke, Ashley, we got the answer. She didn't play. She didn't play. Ada yang bilang she didn't play. Oke, she didn't play.
We're getting a mixture, yeah. And this is where people often find it difficult, yeah.
Yes.
So this one. She didn't play. She didn't play football. Or did not, yes. How about number 2? He his homework.
Good. Let's move on to number 2, guys. Jawabannya apa? He didn't do. Didn't do. Okay.
All right.
They're learning from the
first.
Yeah, they're learning from the first sample, Ashley.
Exactly, yes. He didn't do his homework. Yes.
Okay.
So here, you'll notice the yellow words. Yeah, we're not using verb 2 or past tense. We're using base verb 1.
Oh.
So when negative, it's with verb 1. She didn't play. He didn't do. We didn't go. This is a mistake lots of people make. They say she didn't played, I didn't did.
She didn't win.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. That was a very good point, Mr. Ashley. Saya juga kadang lupa ya memakai ini yang secara tepat. Jadi teman-teman, kalau bisa dilihat dari jawaban tadi, ada yang masih menjawabnya she didn't play, she didn't did. Ada beberapa yang tadi ternyata poin dari Mr. Ashley. Kalau di kalimat positif itu kan kita memang pakai verb to, baik regular maupun irregular. Tapi ketika masuk ke kalimat negatif, verb to-nya ternyata kembali ke verb one, kata yang ada di warna kuning ini ya, tidak pakai verb to lagi ternyata. Oke, good point, Mr. Ashley.
Yeah, this one's important, yeah, because that can be confusing. So we're talking about the past. We're like, oh, verb 2. But if it's negative, no. Back to our verb 1. Okay. So that's negatives. How about questions? So here, if this is the answer, what is the question? So the answer, he ate pizza. So what do you think the question is?
Oke, guys, ini kalimat tanya ya. Kalau kalimat tanya jawabannya ada seperti ini. Kalimat tanyanya akan seperti apa? Coba ditulis di situ. what blah 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 yesterday? What did he eat pizza? What did she go yesterday? What did he eat yesterday? Okay, we got different answers actually, which is
Yeah, we
good.
have. That's okay. So we've got a lot of correct answers as well.
Yeah.
So he's saying he ate pizza. Now the question could be, what did he eat yesterday?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So again, we're back to our verb 1, yeah, because we're using did. So what did he eat? And how about number 2? She went to the cinema.
Okay, question number 2 bisa dicoba jawabannya di chat box, teman-teman.
All right, getting a lot of good answers here.
Where did she go last night?
Okay, yeah, cool. I think we're all getting that one good. So
we still have the did she
go?
went, yeah. There was one who said, where did she went, Ashley? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what we're here to practice, yeah.
Yes.
Again, when we're using our did, we're back to our verb 1.
Wow, terima kasih teman-teman. Jawabannya banyak sekali yang masuk dan saya pikir ini adalah bagian dari bagaimana kita latihan kalimat dalam simple past tense ya. Oke. Mr. Ashley, what can you say about this then?
Okay. Well, if we're looking at negative sentences and questions in the past, we use did. Did or did not. Yeah, did, didn't. But we don't use our verb to in negatives and questions. So, for example, if our verb is play or do or eat or go, our positive might be I played. So, verb 2, he did, she ate, we went. But negative, we go back to our verb 1. So, I didn't play, he didn't do, she didn't eat, we didn't go. So positive verb 2, negative using did and verb 1. And then our question as well, our did and our verb 1. So negatives and questions, they are connected. They both use did and they both use verb 1, or didn't and verb 1. Mr. Aditya.
Okay. Wow, very comprehensive, Mr. Ashley. Thank you. Jadi teman-teman, ini yang mungkin harus diingat. Jadi tadi dari jawaban-jawaban tadi kan masih ada yang belum tepat ya, meskipun banyak yang sudah keren ya. Jadi ketika di kalimat positif, ini adalah summary dari yang sebelum ini, kita pasti pakai verb to, baik itu regular maupun yang irregular ya. Kemudian ketika negative sentences, kita kembali ke verb 1 lagi. Jadi pakai did or did not tadi ya, tapi verb 1 yang akan kita pakai, tidak verb to lagi. Ke question juga begitu. Ya, kita pakai did ini tadi plus verb 1. Jadi pada dasarnya kita pakai verb to baik regular maupun irregular hanya di kalimat positif. Ya, hanya kalimat positif. Tidak terjadi di kalimat negatif maupun kalimat tanya. Tadi yang masih ada salah-salah, semoga ini akan nempel setelah ini sering dipakai sehingga lagi materi hari ini bisa nempel di kita semuanya. Oke. Ya, Mr. Ashley.
Perfect, Aditya. And yes, just so we're clear, so didn't is the same as did not.
Not, okay.
If we say I did not play, that's okay. It's okay.
That's correct.
But often we say didn't.
Ya, kadang kita ada construction ya, it's called construction perpendek ya. I did not, I didn't, I do not, I don't. Tapi kan itu present ya. Oke, I did not, I didn't. Sama. Oke, ternyata. Oke, Mr. Ashley.
All right, everyone. So that's the theory. Hopefully we are learning, feeling confident again. So let's try practicing this here without the prompts and pictures.
Oke, sekarang kita latihan ya. Kita latihan dengan tanpa gambar ya. Oke, kita mulai dengan kalimat yang nomor 1 dulu. Negatif ya, ini negatif dulu. Complete the sentences with negative. Jadi kita pastikan kalimatnya menjadi negatif. Teman-teman silakan di chat box jawabannya. Nomor 1 dulu ya.
Okay. I saw Andy, but I think lots of them are getting it. Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
But I didn't see Dieter. Yes,
Wow,
excellent.
everyone did a good job, yeah. No mistake today
No
for
mistakes
this
so far.
practice. Good.
How about number 2? They worked on Saturday, but they on Sunday. Let's see. Getting a lot of didn't work, didn't see, didn't play. So this one didn't work on Sunday, yeah. It could be something different. They worked on Saturday, although with but we are comparing, yeah. So we're comparing I worked on Saturday but didn't work on Sunday.
Oke, untuk nomor 2 tadi teman-teman ya ternyata ada jawabannya yang mungkin tidak sama seperti ini. Tapi yang jelas mungkin tips dari Mr. Ashley tadi supaya itu matching dengan yang kalimat awal ini kan harus paralel ya. Jadi ketika kata pertama itu work, mestinya di keduanya juga pakai kata yang sama ya. Tidak salah mungkin secara arti, tapi bahwa tidak matching secara paralel maknanya. Jadi kalau work ya pakai work, kalau when pakai go, jadi harus ini masih satu kata gitu Mr. Ashley ya. Oke. Juga nomor 3.
That's right. And a lot of them get it. Have got it. Didn't go. That's right. Didn't go. Okay. So I didn't see. Didn't work. Didn't go. Okay. Yes, I think Olivia's got a hand up. Olivia, would you like to send a message in the chat box?
Ya, untuk teman-teman yang mau bertanya sambil kita menyelesaikan materi ini supaya tidak terdistract, nanti Olivia bisa tulis dulu di chat box pertanyaannya, atau kalau pengen ngomong mungkin saya tunggu apakah waktu kita nanti cukup untuk Olivia langsung bertanya. The moment bisa ditulis di chat box Olivia ya, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, please let us know through the chat box. Maybe you can message either Mr. I keep saying Mr. Aditya, sorry, it's so natural.
That's okay. I'm Mr. I'm not Miss.
No, you're not
you, you still call me Mr.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, everybody, so that's negative. Now it's time for questions. Okay, now here is a little bit more difficult. We've got 3 different options. Happen, stay, go to bed. But they're not in order. So you have to choose the correct one for the sentence, the question with the context.
Wah, ini lebih menantang ya. It's more challenging karena kita ada pilihan kata tapi tidak secara order. Harus dipilih nih jawaban nomor 1 yang mana. Ini untuk latihan making questions ya. Jadi kira-kira happen akan di nomor berapa, stay di mana, go to bed-nya di mana. Oke, silakan dicoba di chat box, teman-teman. Nomor 1 dulu ya. Oke, nomor 1 apa ini?
Okay, so number 1, we went to Jakarta last month. Where? With some friends. So let's see. Yeah, so here, where did you stay? Yes. Okay. Where did you stay? It could be where did we stay? Where did he stay? But if we're thinking of a natural conversation, if I'm speaking to Aditya, saying, "Oh, Aditya, we went to Jakarta last month," Aditya might say, "Oh, where did
I remember.
You stay?" Yeah.
Okay. Oke, tadi ada jawaban yang where did we stay, where did you stay. Tapi ketika kita masukkan dalam konteks saja, ketika kita ngomong bertanya kepada orang lain, ya mestinya harusnya menjadi you bukan we ya. Oh, we went to Jakarta last month. Where did you stay? Yang bertanya kan saya. Jadi where did you stay? Kamu tinggal di mana? Bukan kami tinggal di mana karena saya tidak terlibat di situ ya. Jadi harus melihat konteksnya supaya tepat ya secara arti dan secara written grammar-nya nanti. Oke.
For number 2, I'm tired this morning. I think a lot of people are getting it. Yeah. What time did you go to bed? That's right.
Okay.
What time did you go to bed? Oh, after midnight.
I think most answers were correct.
Yeah, I think we're getting lots of correct now. And how about number 3? The door is broken.
Okay. How did it break? How did it happen? Okay.
It could be how did it break, but if we're looking at the options at the top.
How did it happen? There were different answers, as maybe you can explain later. How to make it perfect. Okay.
So how did happen? You're close, but we're missing something. We've got where did you stay? What time did you go to bed? Now, the door is a thing. So we say, how did it happen? Or how did this situation happen?
Ya,
So how did
kalau saya boleh kasih sedikit summary dari apa yang Mr. Ashley sampaikan barusan, bahwa ketika membuat pertanyaan juga harus diingat bahwa setelah WH word, ini kan WH word ya, biasanya ada auxiliary did ya. Kalau past tense hanya did saja ya, bukan do, bukan does ya. Dan harus ada subjeknya baru verb 1. Jadi tidak bisa kita subjeknya kita hilangkan. Tadi ada yang bertanya, ada yang bilang how did happen? It-nya hilang, artinya subjeknya tidak ada ya. Jadi how did stay tapi nggak ada you kan subjeknya. Jadi ada WH question, why, what, where, kemudian ada auxiliary did, subject, bisa you, bisa we, they, baru verb 1. Oke, itu sedikit yang harus diingat oleh teman-teman. Go ahead, Mr. Ashley.
A teacher, I didn't know you were a teacher too. You're able to dissect that beautifully. Yes, our question, our auxiliary, our subject, and our verb 1, our infinitive. That's right. So one way to remember is something called quasi. So QU, question, A, auxiliary, S, subject, and I, infinitive. I think we did a video on that before. But yeah, excellently explained, teacher.
Okay, I just try to make this clear for the one who made mistake. Jadi
no,
saya pikir hari ini
really well described.
Setelah hari ini teman-teman yang tadi mungkin making questions-nya belum tepat ya, dengan penjelasan Mr. Ashley tadi bisa lebih akurat lagi jawabannya. Jadi that's how it happened with questions in simple past. Okay, Mr. Ashley.
Yeah, thank you so much for clearing that up, Mr. Aditya. Perfect. Now we had a question from Olivia about using I saw Andy, but I didn't see Dieter. So in the first one, we could say I saw Andy, but didn't see Dieter. That's okay as well. Because in this sentence, if there's no I, the context, we can guess they are talking about the same person. Same with number 2. They worked on Saturday, but didn't work on Sunday. We don't have to use the subject in this sentence because we know the subject is at the start. We went to the supermarket, but didn't go to the mall. Again, that is correct. Yes, Olivia. So hopefully that answers your question. We can use the subject there, but also we don't have to. This was just a sort of simple example.
Okay. Ya, semoga itu menjawab ya Olivia, ya ada jawaban dari Mr. Ashley tadi. Olivia, ada yang mau ditanyakan lagi terkait dengan yang pertanyaan pertama tadi? Oke, boleh di chat box lagi ya Olivia. Let's continue with Mr. Ashley.
Oh, number 2, why don't we use I? Oh, okay, okay. So number 2, why don't we use I? Well, this one, we're just using a different subject. So in our example, instead of I, we've got they. So we're talking about 2 or more people. They worked on Saturday, but they didn't work on Sunday. If you want to change the subject, we could say, I worked on Saturday, but I didn't work on Sunday. If I want to use Aditya, I could say, Aditya worked on Saturday, but Aditya didn't work on Sunday. So we're just changing the subject. The subject can change, yes.
Ya, jadi tadi bertanya, jadi memang subjeknya harus sesuai dengan kalian pertamanya ya. Jadi kalau ini I karena di awal juga I ya, I didn't see, not he, jadi nggak ganti subjek ya. Jadi sama harus tetap subjek, kemudian auxiliary dan sebagainya, tapi subjeknya sesuai dengan kalimat di awalnya ya. Kalau they, kalau Ashley tadi ya he, kalau mau ganti ke pronouns-nya kan gitu ya. Oke. Ya, Mr. Ashley, I think it was very clear.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, everyone. So now we've practiced our positives. So positive regular, positive irregular, negatives, and questions all in the past. I think it's time you tried a little test. So,
oh wow, okay.
If you go to the
kita
link,
masuk ke quiz ya, teman-teman ya. Okay. Yes, Mr. Ashley.
That's okay. So I think I'll put the link as well in the chat box. So bit.ly/ef. There we go. Thank you, Miss Anna. So the link is in the chat box.
Silakan ada kuis di chat box, dilihat linknya, teman-teman bisa dikerjakan sambil kita ngetes sejauh mana pemahaman kita terhadap materi hari ini ataupun materi-materi yang telah pelajari tentang past simple. Silakan dicoba.
Yeah, so try taking the test and then let us know your score. So we'll give you maybe 1 or 2 minutes to try taking the test. I think there's about 10 questions at each.
Oke, 2 menit dari sekarang ya silakan dikerjakan kuisnya, teman-teman.
So there should be some on positives, some on negatives, some on questions. Once you have taken the quiz, please let us know the score in the chat box. Did you get 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 2 out of 10?
Oke, menarik sekali kuisnya.
That's right. Frey, yes, if you need to go away from the keyboard, that's fine. Let me see. So for Vera, I've got a few questions as well, which I want to ask earlier. Verb 1. Using verb 1 also apply to present and future sentences. Yes, so it depends on the sentence. If it's future, we have going to and will. So going to play, I will play, we use verb 1. If it's present, because there's lots of different, there's I think 12 or 16 types of grammar, it depends on how you feel, but present simple, I play. Present continuous, I am playing. Present perfect, I have played. So it's difficult to give just one answer for all of that grammar, but yes, verb 1 is used in different types of situations too. Okay, let me put our music back on a second. So maybe 1 more minute, hopefully. The test is going okay.
Okay, later in QA, we got question from Nana. Yeah, Nana, please wait for the QA session. We will go through your questions. Yeah. Wow, Mefianto, congratulations! You got 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, excellent. Okay.
Wow, Mefianto, good job. Brian, okay. Wow. Good try, Brian. No problem. 8 out of 10, yeah, Mr. Ashley.
8 out of 10. That's great.
Still very good point.
Yeah.
Rifki, Rifat as well got 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, if you don't get 10 out of 10, don't worry. Try looking at the answers. Try taking it again. We're here to learn. Yeah, we don't all have to get it all correct the first time.
Okay. Oh, ada yang 2 out of 10. That's okay. Very good try. Okay. After this, you can try your best. Wow, thank you as well. Oops, Olivia. 6 out of 10, Ferry. No problem.
Yeah, good try. So again, you can take this test again if you need to. It will be there for a while.
Okay, ya. Jadi hari ini yang masih belum sempurna kuisnya ya enggak apa-apa karena memang kita lagi belajar. Semoga penjelasan dari Mr. Ashley tadi bisa memberikan informasi yang bisa diaplikasikan. Setelah ini ya bisa dicoba lagi. Banyak latihan akan semakin baik pastinya. Selamat yang sudah dapat 10 ya, 10 dari 10. Yang belum jangan khawatir ya, masih ada waktu untuk latihan lagi. Yang penting poin-poin yang disampaikan tadi tolong diingat dan dicoba. Okay, wow.
And yeah, if you have any questions, at the end of this session, we'll answer some questions, Mr. Aditya. So,
yeah, sure.
If you find any, please feel free to take a copy, Aditya, so I know where they are, or we can ask them to send it again, yeah.
Sure. Oke, ya nanti ada beberapa juga yang udah raise hand, kita akan tunggu dulu di sesi Q&A nanti. Oke, Mr. Ashley, the quiz done.
I think the quiz is done. Lots of good scores. Excellent. So well done. And yeah, if you got 10 out of 10, perfect. If you didn't, then Please try again. Yeah.
That's okay. Ya, untuk itu hari ini kita hadir membawa materi yang sifatnya masih basic, supaya hal yang basic ini kalau kita kuat di materi past tense, pastinya nanti ke depan juga akan bagus lagi. Baik, untuk teman-teman yang masih belum yakin dengan kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya, mungkin temannya atau saudaranya atau kakak adiknya, kita hari ini ada special offer ya dari IF, bahwa teman-teman bisa menuliskan nama spasi kirimkan ke 0822 2000 sekali lagi untuk mengetahui kemampuan bahasa Inggris teman-teman. Kayak tadi kan grammarnya juga belum sempurna semuanya, enggak apa-apa. Nanti kita ada lagi penawaran yang sangat spesial untuk yang hari ini hadir dan yang pengen mendaftarkan saudaranya, keluarga, putra putrinya juga, silahkan daftar di 0822 2000 dengan daftar nama spasi usia, ya, nama spasi usia kirim ke 0822 2000. Nanti tim course consultant dari IF English First akan menghubungi untuk dijadwalkan supaya mendapatkan pengalaman untuk tes kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya. Oke, sekali lagi jangan lupa tulis nama, spasi, dan usia 0822 2000. Pasti kita akan menghubungi supaya dapat kesempatan untuk mengukur kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya. Begitu. Oke, Mr. Ashley, we'll come back to you. So let's continue this session. Sorry, you were still muted, Mr. Ashley.
Thank you, teacher, for telling me. Sorry.
You're welcome.
Right. So before we answer some questions, there are two other things talking about the past I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
One is using to be. Okay. So when we use to be, so to be is like am, I am, he is, they are. And when we're talking about the past, we change that to was or were.
Oh. Oke, jadi ya. Ada contohnya.
It's okay.
Ya. Sebelum nanti kita memberikan kesempatan untuk menjawab pertanyaan tadi, ini ada tambahan note yang penting sekali ya dari Mr. Ashley, bahwa to be tadi kita nggak ada contoh-contoh dalam to be, tapi bahwa dalam kalimat ada to be-nya. Contoh present, I'm teacher, ya, berarti saat ini saya seorang guru. Kalau past tense-nya, kalau sudah nggak jadi guru lagi, berarti I was a teacher. Jadi itu contohnya. Tadi to be am, to be is kan kita tahu nih, he is, she is, it is, I am. Past tense-nya to be ganti dari was. Kalau they are, we are, you are, jadi you were, they were. Oke, jadi ini yang poin yang paling penting juga untuk diingat. Go ahead, Mr. Ashley.
Yeah, so this is a mistake sometimes I hear, like, oh, yesterday he is happy or he isn't happy. So yeah, when we're using our to be, we change to was or were, or was not, wasn't, were not, weren't. Yeah.
Okay. Also, few sentences I heard when we talk like, when were you born? Oh, I'm born on bla bla bla. I'm born, itu kan sudah masa lalu. Jadi kita kadang-kadang nggak sadar ketika ngobrol. Oh, I'm born, harusnya kan I was born, karena udah selalu. Tadi kan di awal sekali materi dari Mr. Ashley disampaikan tentang apa yang masuk kategori past. Jadi semenit yang lalu pun udah masuk kategori past. Jadi harus pakai yang konsep ini, was atau were, ya, oke.
That's a perfect point. Yes, Aditya. Yeah, I am born in, yeah. So I am from is okay. I'm from Surabaya, that's fine. But being born, you are only born once. And it happens in the past. Yeah. We do not keep getting born. You are born, you are brought into the world. So I was born. That's a perfect point, Aditya.
Oke. Ya, jadi tadi contoh simpel saja tadi ya, bahwa hal yang sudah berlalu ya udah otomatis pakai past tense ya. Jadi kita latihan aja nanti dari hal-hal yang relate ke hidup kita sendiri. Oke. Go ahead, Mr. Ashley.
Excellent. And there's one other thing, talking about the past, using did. So sometimes in a positive sentence, you might hear someone say, I did finish my homework. So in this example, let's imagine it is a father talking to his son. say,
Okay.
why didn't you finish your homework last night? And the son, it's like, oh, but I did finish my homework. Look. So here, instead of using I finished my homework, which is also correct, if we want to emphasize and say, no, this did happen. I did go. She did do it. We can use did before the verb to show we are giving more energy, Aditya.
Okay, but my question, Mr. Ashley, before I bring it to the audience, is it only for speaking or for written? Just for when especially speaking?
Yeah, I would say this is normally for speaking, yes.
Okay,
but
okay.
But I mean, I'm trying to think with writing. But he did do well occasionally. Yeah, if I'm trying to think of a context. If I'm writing reports and I'm saying, oh, okay, Aditya is my student. Okay, Aditya didn't do very well on this test, but he did do very well with his speaking in class. So there are times, yeah.
Oke, jadi ini note yang sangat menarik ya, teman-teman. Kalau tadi di awal kita kan belajar bahwa di simple past itu kita pakai did itu di negative sentence dan di question sentence ya. Kalau di kalimat positifnya kan kita pakai verb to, either regular maupun irregular tadi. Tapi ternyata kita bisa pakai did ini di konteks ketika hanya ingin menekankan sesuatu terjadi. Biasanya terjadi dalam konteks speaking ya. Ketika tadi contohnya ayah ke putranya, kok kamu nggak ngerjakan PR? Aku sudah ngerjakan ini loh ya. Just want to emphasize the meaning. Ya, I did finish my homework. Look, ya. Jadi dalam konteks itu. Tapi kalau saya boleh sarankan, mungkin kita pakai konteks yang sudah tadi Mr. Esti sampaikan. Ya, past tense di positifnya pakai verb to, regular, irregular. Di negatifnya pakai did tadi plus di negative form dan juga verb one. Di question pakai did juga. Oke. Saya pikir ini yang perlu diingat ya teman-teman.
But I think, like you were asking, Aditya, it's more common with speaking, So, but be careful when using it. Once you are feeling, confident with using past simple, there might be a situation that you use this. But I think it's more likely you might hear people using it in TV or movies or conversation. So they're not saying something wrong. They're using very specific type of grammar to stress something has or hasn't happened.
Ya, itu tadi. Jadi memang kadang konteksnya yang harus kita ini kembali ke latihan nanti ya. Tapi yang jelas bahwa ini bisa terjadi dalam konteks-konteks yang informal conversation ataupun dalam, kalau kita lihat movie juga ada beberapa model seperti ini. Tapi ini adalah note secara umum bahwa materi-materi yang Mr. Ashley sampaikan di awal tadi itulah yang memang dari frame utama dari past simple. Oke, Mr. Ashley.
All right, everybody. So that's
so now it's come to question answer, Mr. Ashley. Wow, time flies, my goodness. Kita hanya punya 5 menit ya untuk question answer. Tadi yang pertama saya ada dari Nana. Sekali lagi saya akan bacakan one question from Nana, Mr. Ashley. Sebentar, satu saya baca dulu.
I think I have the question, Aditya. Is it? Kepulauan.
From Kepulauan Riau. Can you say Kepulauan, Ashley? Can you try to say Kepulauan?
Kepulauan Riau.
Okay, 100 for you. Yeah, I'm Nana from Kepulauan Riau. Give me some tips to memorize the irregular easily. I think earlier you already shared the tips on how to memorize the irregular verbs. Okay, pertanyaannya Nana gitu ya. Gimana cara mengingatnya irregular verbs?
Oh yeah, teacher, if you want to explain, that's okay.
No, I mean, Mr. Ashley, tadi udah disampaikan. Okay, so maybe you can reshare the tips you have mentioned earlier.
Sure. So, for irregular verbs, just like regular verbs, in many schools, I hear kids memorize the 3 together. So, like, eat, ate, eaten, go, went, gone, speak, spoke, spoken. So, a lot of people memorize it this way. But if they're still finding it a bit difficult, then focusing on words that they're going to use in their normal surroundings, and maybe give them a situation. Okay, what did you do? Where did you go yesterday? Oh, go. Okay, go. I went. Ah, that's right. You can try prompting them, your students. What did you eat yesterday? Ate. Oh, I ate. You can also have matching exercises where maybe you've got some verbs like, oh, go, speak, take, steal, and the verb tos, and you can try matching them, trying to find.
Okay.
But yeah, it is memory. So it's memorization, different types of activities to try and help memorize rather than learn a rule, because the regular verbs are all different. Yeah, teacher.
Ya, oke, Mr. Leslie, thank you, Mr. Leslie. Nana, jadi itu tadi yang Mr. Leslie sampaikan bahwa tadi di awal juga udah disampaikan bahwa sesungguhnya kalau kita pengen hafal, pengen nyantol atau nempel yang irregular verb tadi ya dipakai aja, tidak harus semuanya. Mungkin dicoba dipraktekkan dari apa situasi yang terjadi di sekitar Nana ya. Jadi membuat contoh kalimat yang Nana lakukan menggunakan irregular verb tadi. Nanti lama-lama pasti akan masuk itu, jadi akan terbiasa. Tapi kalau mau menghafal juga bisa saja teman-teman kalau tidak dipakai, karena English is very practical skills. If you just learn the theory, you don't practice it, then ya akan selesai di situ. Jadi coba cari kalimat yang sesuai dengan yang terjadi di sekitar Nana dan teman-teman semuanya. Oke. Thank you, Mr. Ashley. Well, teman-teman semuanya, aduh rasanya kita pengen panjang lagi ya, karena sejujurnya kalau bahas masalah past tense, pas saja, itu ternyata juga nggak cukup 1 jam, tapi memang kita terbatasi oleh waktu. Mohon maaf untuk yang masih pengen bertanya, belum bisa bertanya, ini bisa chat juga di kami, di chat box, atau mungkin bisa WhatsApp ke nomor kami juga untuk yang pengen bertanya lebih lanjut. Semoga kita bisa hadir kembali untuk bahas lebih detail lagi terkait dengan materi-materi seperti hari ini. Ternyata banyak yang antusias ya. Untuk IF Talk selanjutnya, kita akan hadir di tanggal 26 Februari, 2 minggu dari hari ini ya. Jadi biasanya kalau kita hari ini bahas grammar, kita tanggal 26 akan bahas masalah parenting, pendidikan dan karir anak dibatasi atau bahasa. Ini contoh yang akan terjadi nanti. Silahkan yang pengen mendaftar hari ini untuk materi ini bisa langsung daftar di link yang ada di chat box kita ya. Kemudian yang mungkin aku ingin mamaku deh ikut, ya silakan juga didaftarkan dari link supaya nanti bisa masuk di kuota tanggal 26 Februari nanti. Juga kita ada di chat box, kita diminta untuk isi survei ya teman-teman ya, survei online kami di chat box ada di sana, supaya kita dapat feedback dari materi IF Talks pada hari ini. Jadi termasuk juga teman-teman bisa nanti ngasih materi topik apa yang pengen dibahas nih, kalau masalah grammar yang mana yang mau dibahas. Jadi kita nanti bisa hadirkan materi-materi seperti yang diusulkan dari teman-teman. Jadi ada linknya ada di IF Talks juga. Nanti teman-teman yang isi link survei hari ini akan dapatkan e-certificate untuk hari ini. Kalau yang nggak ngisi, nanti kan juga kita nggak bisa kirimkan ke email dan sebagainya. Jadi silakan yang ngisi pasti akan dapatkan e-certificate dari kami. Ya, silakan diisi daftar untuk IF Talks tanggal 26. Itu yang pengen sampaikan, ada surveinya, tolong dibantu diisi. Kita dapat feedback untuk kebaikan kita semuanya. Ya. Okay, Mr. Ashley, do you have anything to say to close this session today?
Well, before I go, I see there's a few hands still up. If there are still any questions, please let us know. I've still got maybe a few minutes if we want to answer a couple more questions, Aditya.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This is what I like from Mr. Ashley ya. Okay, Hanifa, I think Hanifa has been raising her hand, and also Elina. Hanifa, minta tolong teman-teman bisakah di-unmute untuk Hanifa, so Hanifa can ask directly to Mr. Ashley. Oke, kita minta tolong Hanifa untuk on-cam video juga mungkin ya. Ini spesial ya hari ini untuk Hanifa. bisa bertanya langsung dengan Mr. Ashley. Halo Hanifah, minta di-unmute teman-teman. Ini. Bolehkah tunjukkan videonya sekalian Hanifah? Kita bisa melihat wajah Hanifah. There we go. Okay, Hanifah. This is very special for you. What question do you have for Mr. Ashley?
Nggak tahu bahasanya.
Nggak apa. Pakai bahasa Indonesia nggak apa. Nanti saya bantu untuk nyampaikan ke Mr. Ashley. Apa pertanyaan Hanifah?
Gimana caranya untuk menghafal bahasa Inggris?
Oke. Any other question? Ada yang lain pertanyaannya? Oke. Thank you Hanifah untuk your question. Oke, thank you to Hanifah. Bisa turunkan tangannya. Oke, Ashley, question from Hanifah. How to memorize English actually? Similar question to the previous one. How to memorize English?
Yeah. So again, I think if you're wanting to use English in your everyday life, surrounding yourself in it, putting yourself in situations where you need to use it. Like I said, for me, how did I memorize bahasa? Things like being in a taxi, going to the supermarket, being in situations where I had to use bahasa Indonesia. Now, for you, if you are somewhere that you wouldn't use English, of course, maybe finding a topic that you are interested in. For example, if it's video games, and then maybe watching some content on YouTube, people talking about a topic you're interested in, that can help to, because you're interested in the topic, you're going to start absorbing more of that language. So, I mean, you have to practice. That's the main thing. Okay. It doesn't happen just like if you're exercising. Okay. Your muscles won't get big if you don't practice. You need to practice this one, yeah.
Okay. Ya, oke. Thank you, Mr. Ashley. I think Hanifah dan teman-teman juga yang lain mungkin, terutama yang baru mulai belajar bahasa Inggris, mungkin ini kan bukan bahasa kita ya. Jadi kita perlu belajar teori kayak tadi, grammar itu yang penting sekali untuk kita pelajari. Tapi yang lebih penting lagi bagaimana kita sesungguhnya bisa mencoba menggunakan sesimpel mungkin. Tidak perlu mengingat sebetulnya. Jadi dipakai di situasi yang sedemikian rupa dekat dengan kehidupan kita ya. Jadi kayak Mr. Ashley tadi ketika naik taksi itu kan sesuatu yang biasa dilakukan. Nah itu dicoba lah tadi situ. Kalau Hanifah bersama keluarga lagi makan, ngobrol, dipakai pakai kosakata apa yang cocok untuk ketika makan bersama. Jadi it's practical skill again, harus dicoba. Dan cari konteks-konteks yang sesuai. Nah, kalau di F nanti teman-teman yang pengen mencoba untuk kemampuan berbahasa Inggrisnya di F, sesungguhnya ketika kita mengajarkan grammar itu juga seru karena kita akan masuk dalam konteks di mana guru nanti akan memastikan juga memberikan contoh-contoh yang sangat kontekstual. Jadi itu sendiri. Okay, that's it, Mr. Ashley. Any final closing words from Mr. Ashley?
No, I think from me, I'd like to say thank you so much for everyone, to everyone for joining us today.
Okay.
A lovely message from Delina. Thank you, Delina. Thank you for doing the survey and wishing us both well. I wish you the best too.
Okay.
Thank you, Olivia, too. Thank you to everyone. If you want to check any of this, I think it'll be on YouTube, Aditya, yeah? So you can review if you want to. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact us through, I think, Instagram and our social media. I think, Aditya, you know about these channels, yeah?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ashley, for sharing your knowledge about grammar, about simple past tense. Semoga materi pendek tadi bisa memberikan kita sedikit pemahaman yang lebih detail lagi terhadap grammar tadi. Everyone, thank you so much. So this is the end of our EF Talks hari ini. Thank you so much for your very positive energy. Thank you so much for being with us for an hour something. So we appreciate. We are looking forward to see you in the next EF Talks 26 Februari tanggal hari Sabtu ya, 2 minggu dari sekarang. Pastikan daftar, kemudian pastikan ketemu kita lagi. Banyak lagi materi yang akan seru kita bahas. Thank you everyone. Mewakili kru dari EF English First, saya Robi Aditya pamit. Asli, I'll see you the next EF Talks.
Yes,
okay,
thank you so much, Aditya. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Stay healthy, and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Take care.